So we're going to do a stranger exposure plan with a dog who's been having some problems meeting new people. The plan requires distance. You're going to use enough distance that your dog does not actively generate any sort of signs of stress. And so we want to make sure that we have access to that distance. So it may take some strategy on your part figuring that out. We typically start this plan outside because we need a lot of distance. If you then want to move it inside after you've had successful outside work, you could do that. You would reset it up with a lot of distance. This plan is really about the initial part with a lot of distance. We're always starting at maximum distance. Your job as the handler is to keep your leash soft but loose and short. So basically the dog should not be able to get closer to the person, and we're never actually doing interaction or not necessarily even food from the stranger. It is primarily going to be handler based until the dog is about 8 to 10 feet from the person. So if it's going really well and you've gotten to that proximity, you may switch to retreat, which we may do today. Otherwise, we're starting at max distance. What you want to start to see is the dog is looking forward to getting to look at the person, but then also being moved away. So the dog is going to be set up to notice the stranger, get rewarded, and then be moved away out of sight. So we're using that little break from having to look at someone to the dog's advantage. We're always offering them movement away from the stressor. So they get food for looking at the stressor, and then they get moved away from the stressor. This is a point at which we think the short leash is really going to pay off because we can move the dog pretty easily. You could also put a treat at the dog's nose and lure them away. That is completely reasonable. We really just want to start with sort of a soft intro. So we've got the distance. You're using high value food, so really good stuff. Initially, we should have enough distance that the dog is not saying anything or trying to tell the person to move or leave. We don't want to see any offensive behavior or defensive behavior during this process. So if we do, we can always back it up or we can end. It is possible you'll have a dog that you need to do this with many times in order to get within that 8 to 10 feet to move to retreat. It's also possible that you would have a dog that would move pretty quickly through this because they would be comfortable the whole time. One of the big hallmarks of this plan is setting up predictability. The dog is not forced to interact with the person. The dog is always also given extra distance to move away to sort of reset or regroup. So we're really thinking about this from the dog's perspective, and we want to make sure that the dog is comfortable. Your starting distance at max distance, if your dog is doing well, they've done multiple exposures at that max distance, you are going to consider moving slightly closer to your target. So if it is a generous space, you might move a full 2 feet closer, and that's your new starting point. You are not moving closer to your target until the dog is relaxed and comfortable. You've seen multiple repetitive exposures comfortably. So Retro has something to say about it, but we're not going to worry about it. You can come back. Yes. Reward. Perfect. So Retro had a lot to say, mostly because he's a shepherd type dude. And now that last time he was able to be quiet. Make sure he looks at me. He was good. There you go. You can move 2 feet closer next time. So he's done some successful looks quietly. He looks pretty relaxed. Stop there. Food behind your back. Yay! Good boy. Yay. Stop there and wait. Yay! He is not preoccupied with me. It's nice. He's like looking around.
Yeah, so I'm surprised because that's not usually how it is.
Moving back. This plan is really nice. It's really helpful for a lot of dogs.
Can I move up to work?
Yeah. Yay! Just keep track of your point at each point.
Okay.
I think you can move up to your next 2-foot spot too.
Using the grass as a reference.
I'm glad that sad grass is serving a purpose. Retro's not particularly concerned with me, so I am waving just to get him to look over at me, which is totally fine. Good boy. I think you can move up again. And this is the thing, like, he's relaxed and he's doing well, so it can be a really fluid process. Good boy. He didn't agree to being filmed. And make sure you're moving him out of sight. Good boy. He's starting to do kind of longer looks, and I'm not sure that that's because he's comfortable. So
Back up a little bit.
just make sure you go all the way out of sight. Maybe like go all the way to the fence before you come back. And at this point, I don't really know what that means for him,
Sure.
but it's just noting that change.
I wish I had video to show you like what he's like when he's reacting to someone. Because it's not a good time.
Oh.
Just watch. He's standing on his back legs.
Oh, I know German Shepherd reactivity really well.
Yeah, I guess it's really
They go big. They're good at it. Yay! And I would say he's ready for a next move.
Okay.
So he's softened up at this distance, so we're going to go ahead and move closer. Good boy.
He's tired of his treats.
He's like, that was really crunchy.
Should I go get something else?
I mean, you could if you notice he's not up for it.
I'll go get something else because I think that's the second one.
Cool. All right, so we're going to do a treat change. At that last distance, he was starting to spend more time. He had started to drop his head a little bit and look maybe a little bit more serious. So we noted that. It's, it's a sign of something. Maybe we don't know exactly what, but then we were able to work through it, and now he's doing nice soft looks again. And so we are back on track. If you noticed your dog was starting to get stiff, uncomfortable, doing a lot of yawning, becoming, offensive, defensive, we would maybe end it there. I mean, and that's the predictability and the sort of like, we do this and then we do this. I mean, yay! He's doing it. Yeah, he's doing a good job. You're both doing a very good job. Goodbye. Has he felt relaxed to you the whole time? Yeah, I mean, he appears to be nice and relaxed to me. Hi, what a good boy. Yay, what a good boy. If anything, I think now he's thinking this is really repetitive. Maybe I'm thinking that. Good boy. He did. And let's have you stay there a sec. So now we're gonna switch to, yay. So at any point in the plan, once you know that you're at a successful point, you could sort of stop and let the dog do multiple looks before you left.
Okay.
If you felt like the dog was not stressing out and was doing a really good job and was relaxed. Hi, handsome. You're so handsome. Go ahead and walk him away, and this next time when you come back, we'll do some treat retreat.
Okay.
Because I'm feeling really good about how he looks really soft, he looks really relaxed. I feel like he looks socially interested. So we're gonna switch to me tossing the treats over his head, and we'll see what that changes. I'm gonna toss underhand to make sure that my arm movement is kind of minimized. Oh, those are the hard, crunchy ones.
Do I need to walk away now? I forgot. Or just wait?
Let's see if we can get him curious.
I have another bag of hot dogs if you want.
That worked. He took the second piece of.
Good boy.
You could eat those other ones. Good idea.
Good job, Retro.
All right, go ahead and walk him away.
Come on. Let's go this way.
I mean, a big part of this plan is never really like lingering too long, but like keeping things, being aware of what's going on for the dog, keeping the pace up. So we're going to end with another treat retreat. And then wrap it up, because it is not the point to get him and me friends interacting, touching each other today. I would rather him have multiple good exposures, not experience stress during that period when he's getting to know people, and then when he is actually getting to know people and they are, there is physical touching, maybe play. I want him to be as relaxed as possible leading up to that point, so then that next step can really go as good as possible. This has gone really in a really linear way. We've just gotten closer and closer and closer to each other, because Retro has seemed so relaxed and so confident the whole time. When you're doing this plan, you have plenty of time at any point while you're evaluating how things are going to say, okay, I think my dog is getting over threshold. I think we need to stop. It would be better to do short, really successful sessions.
He really likes cucumbers.
That's really cute.
Good boy, Retro. Not that one. This one.
All right, I think we're done.
Okay, awesome.